Hello, hello. Here we are again at Glass with a Class. I'm June Anderson, and I hope you're ready for this episode where we'll look at another lovely pattern and piece of depression glass. This time we're looking at a pattern from the Federal Glass Company. It's Rosemary, whose nickname is Dutch Rose. It was manufactured from 1935 to 1937 in the colors of amber like this one, green, pink, and some iridized. Does it look familiar to you? Well, if you saw the video from our last episode, you'll remember that I promised to show this piece this time because it's very near to the one we showed last time, Mayfair by Federal. You may remember that the Hocking Glass Company had already copyrighted the Mayfair name, so Federal had to redesign their Mayfair molds, and they came up with this one, Rosemary, or Dutch Rose. This piece is the open sugar bowl, which means there was no lid made for it. So here's another one I don't have to search for a lid for to make it complete. And I like that. I hope to collect more pieces of this because I'm sort of a nut about Dutch things. And since this one's nickname is Dutch Rose, I'm sort of partial to it. My favorite flower is the tulip, and I had hoped to go to the Netherlands someday and see acres and acres of tulips in bloom. I doubt that will ever happen, but it's a nice dream. In fact, you may not know this, but I have written 4 books, and the first one was To Catch a Falling Star, and included my dream of seeing acres of tulips in bloom. By the way, if you want a copy, comment below and I'll tell you how to get one. I took it off of Amazon, but you can still get them from me. I also have several blue and white ceramic Dutch ornaments that I use on our Christmas tree every year. One is a ball ornament, and I have a couple of tiny pairs of ceramic Dutch clogs that I use on our tree. So you see, Rosemary, or Dutch Rose, is of particular interest to me. They didn't make many different pieces of it, but they did make plates, cups, saucers, a platter, a tumbler, and several sizes of bowls, and the sugar and creamer. One interesting fact is that they didn't make a sherbet, but the sugar bowl is sometimes mistaken for a sherbet because it's on a pedestal and has no handles. I just love this pattern, and I hope I'll come upon more pieces soon. All right, let's move into the class portion of Glass with a Class and see what we can learn today. I think I've said before that there are rules to go by when teaching or sitting in on an English class that explain why we should use this or that type of grammar or punctuation, or why we should pronounce certain words in certain ways. You know, official rules and whys and wherefores. We could get into all that, but I'm afraid I'd lose you among all the rules and bore you with all that. I just like to cut to the bottom line, which is, this is how it's done. For instance, today we're looking at how we say things when we're talking about ourselves and someone else together. Like whether to say you and I or you and me, he and I or she and I, etc., etc. Let's take the sentence, will you go with him and me? Many people say, will you go with him and I? Well, here's an easy way to remember the correct way to say it. Leave out him and invite the person you're talking with to go with you. You would say, will you go with me? You wouldn't say, will you go with I? Well, it's the same if you're talking about you and someone else. You say, will you go with him and me? Let's take another sentence. Please come and stay with she and I. Well, that sentence is wrong all the way around. You wouldn't say, please come and stay with she. You would say, please come and stay with her. You wouldn't say, please come and stay with I. You would say, please come and stay with me. So the correct way to say this sentence is, please come and stay with her and me. I couldn't really find a suitable verse in the Bible that went with this lesson, but I did find a good verse that I thought I would share. It's from John chapter 3, verse 15, which says, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life. You've heard that one before, haven't you? I hope you like learning as much as I do, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Glass with a Class and will join me again next time. We'll see some more pretty depression glass and maybe learn something too. God bless you and yours. See you next time. Bye-bye.